The Bassmaster Elite Series is back in action, finally, after about a month off there on Lake Champlain, and it was a barn burner of a tournament. It was so exciting. Lake Champlain is known for its smallmouth, and the modern bass fishing tournament scene is known for forward-facing sonar. But this was the return of classic bass fishing and largemouth bass taking center stage. Day one was the Seth Fighter Show. He was pitching to submerged brush and caught an absolute swamp donkey. Check it out. And he wasn't done there. Why not switch it up? Let's keep it in the classic house. Let's throw a frog and see what happens. How about this? Another tank. I watched both of these live, boys, and let me tell you what, it was some of the most exciting bass fishing I've watched all year, I think. I was tingly. Don't tell anyone. Don't tell Seth. That was a lot of fun to see. Now, Mother Nature intervened on day two, so they had to postpone on Friday. There were 3 and 4 footers. The remnants of Hurricane Debbie made it unfishable, so we had to move day 2 over to Saturday. Seth was still catching them, but he couldn't maintain the lead. And it was my boy Chris Zaldane doing what he does with big old swim baits. So we still had lots of largemouth, we still had lots of classic fishing. Day 2 did move more guys into the offshore, forward-facing sonar type of style, but there was still a lot of classic bass fishing to sink your teeth into. And day 2 saw Chris Zaldane sitting on top of that leaderboard. Now, before we move past day 2, we have to pause to mention the boating accident that happened with Wes Logan. Wish him the best, obviously, but Wes Logan was involved in a wreck. He was moving to another spot, hammered down, and seems to have hit something submerged. Seems like probably a boat dock that had broken free and was floating out in the middle of the lake. Actually very common, happens on Lanier all the time as well. He posted a video of this on TikTok. I'm not gonna repost that video, but you can go check that out as well. All we're gonna say is, wish him the best, glad he's well, and hope to see him back out there very soon. Moving from day 2 to day 3, we were going to have a new leader. That's Ed Loughran. Ed is returning from a medical absence due to some pretty severe kidney stones, and that's gotta feel pretty awesome to climb on top of a leaderboard in a fishery like Champlain, and he had it on day 3. Day 4, we've got our final 10 fishermen, and it is down to the wire, super exciting. Everybody seemed to have the same strategy. That strategy is get a limit on smallmouth and then go look for those largemouth kickers. One guy decided that wasn't gonna be the way, and that was Chris Zaldane. He didn't even tie up his smallmouth stuff again. No sir. It was all LMBs in his mind. He was going for the big dogs, looking for the big girls, and he was gonna live or die by the largemouth bass. It was not to be. As much as we love Chris, Ed Loughran would hold on to that lead by the absolute slimmest of margins.
started the day with 63 pounds and 14 ounces. Ed Loughran looking for 16 pounds and 14 ounces. 16 pounds of 14 ounces. 16, 14. He has exactly what it takes.
This was one of the most exciting tournaments I've watched in a very long time. I was glued, glued to the live stream of this event. I watched every single day. I was watching almost every single, that's not true. I watched a lot of the fish get brought in. This was amazing. Old school bass fishing, from flipping to cover, flipping docks, fishing the way that we grew up learning how to fish, to the new school stuff, forward-facing sonar and minnows out in open water. Everything worked here. There's a reason that Lake Champlain is a favorite among pros, a favorite among fishermen, period. It's a bucket list destination for a good reason. And your champion at Lake Champlain Bassmaster Elite Series is Ed Loughran, returning, as I said, from a medical emergency, and that's gotta feel super sweet to hoist that trophy. Thank you very much. Congratulations, Ed. Get better, Wes. Everybody did a fantastic job. This was one of the most exciting tournaments they could have possibly hoped for, and I can't wait for them to fish again this week in New York.